He didn't let it be easy.
Exactly, and Brogan took big leads at the start a lot, but
Being able to slowly kind of like, I guess, stall out that snowball really helped, I think, Mixwell.
exactly. Now we're going into our other losers top 8 round, which is Smoothie versus Kemdizzle.
These are both UNL players
Yeah,
on the varsity team, so they are very familiar with each other.
and Kemdizzle is on a really nice run today. He beat Bowles the Luigi from Iowa, who is a top 8 seed. And I believe he qualified today for a spot at the Nebraska Summit, which is
That's exciting.
in about 2 weeks.
Oh man, this is gonna be so quick.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize time flies.
I didn't realize it's almost December already.
Oh man, don't remind me. We're gonna see a lot of projectiles here, it seems.
Yeah. Smoothie coming from winners where he played a really close set with Zen. He's been playing incredibly this whole day. So
He kind of took it silly in doubles and decided to lock in here.
yeah,
Get all of his mistakes out early.
I'd say he's definitely the favorite to win this set. He's got a lot of experience against Chem specifically, and
This is true.
just the Snake matchup in general.
Now, for Snake at this disadvantage, in a sense, what would he have to pull off in order to like make this a win?
For Snake, you said?
Yes.
A lot of what Snake does is just trying to. The hard part with Snake is you have to like get a lead to start out, and then you can just keep pulling grenades. And if your opponent hits you, the grenade blows both of you up. So just like most of his game plan is just going to be trying to get a lead, and then it's really hard to take that lead back.
I see. You kind of just want to keep as much control of the stage as possible.
Yeah, stage control is big with Snake and with zoners in general.
That would make sense. It seems like his kit is based around kind of keeping people at arm's length.
Yeah, he's just trying to like keep stage control, keep those grenades everywhere.
Make it difficult for Link to kind of approach.
Yeah, just set up like traps and stuff.
I see. Which is like kind of similar to what I've witnessed from like Isabelle and stuff.
Yeah,
Okay. I guess
But-
that's how trap like players play.
yeah. But the grenades he's throwing aren't gonna kill for a while, so he's kind of got to like get in there and secure an actual kill.
Yeah. He has to really like put himself in a dangerous spot for that.
Yeah.
I see.
The main one Snakes are gonna look for is up tilt. Forward tilt would kill at this percent. But like, and most of Snake's close quarters options are kill moves, especially at a
see.
percent like this. But you just have to get in close to the opponent, which isn't something you generally want to do with
Yeah.
Snake.
And Smoothie's making it very difficult to even get anything off of a close encounter.
Yeah. Now that Smoothie has a lead, it's very difficult for Chem because Smoothie can just camp him out, and Snake doesn't have great
Oh.
approach options.
He does manage to get a kill here, but I mean, he has so much extra credit on him.
Yeah. Smoothie with 2 completely fresh stocks. It's just going to be very hard to deal with here.
It's not impossible, but it is improbable.
Yeah.
Do you think in order for Snake to gain a lead here, would he have to play aggressively in the beginning?
I feel like you just have to.
Or just position yourself better?
A lot of Snake's gameplay, like making a comeback like this, is
Oh,
going to
man.
be really difficult. You kind of just have to make sure.
Oh,
I don't know if Smoothie is necessarily like approaching, but you just want to make sure, like in neutral, you're just like dealing enough damage with the grenades that Smoothie is going to be like incentivized to go in.
yeah. He's going to feel like he has to.
Because Link isn't great at approaching.
Okay.
So if he just like keeps pressuring Smoothie from a distance, that's gonna be where you can start putting him into an
see.
uncomfortable spot.
It seemed like when he did try that, though, like Smoothie would kind of mirror his play with his own range.
Yeah.
And
So
I guess that's
it's-
how you're supposed to counter
yeah,
that.
It's difficult because you have to out damage them.
And that's
at that
difficult
distance.
here.
And if you're not able to out damage them there, then you're gonna have to change something.
And I guess as Snake, you kind of want people to just try to approach you,
Yeah.
rather than you trying to approach them.
But that's the general game plan for both of these characters normally.
Interesting.
So it's pretty much based on like
It's like another mirror matchup that we have.
Yeah.
Okay.
like you just gotta whoever's dealing more damage in the long range game is gonna incentivize the other person to approach to make up
Yeah.
that difference.
They're gonna feel pressured to punish themselves in
Yeah.
a sense. Like they feel so far behind they have to start taking desperate measures.
Exactly.
I see.
And Snake is fairly good at just like fighting close range, but not great at like pushing in through like a zone like that.
Being able to in close quarters kind of stay safe in a sense.
Yeah, most of his like CQC options are just like to deal with someone approaching you.
He really wants people to chase him.
Yeah.
And not chase others.
He doesn't have a lot of like burst options.
Okay.
To go after someone.
Oh, okay, so he likes to whittle people down first.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a lot of what Snake does. He just like whittles you down.
He likes to be a pest.
Yeah.
Got it.
The big
There we go.
like aside from just whittling the opponent down until they mess up, the main area where Kem's gonna shine is getting Smoothie on the ledge.
Because I mean, you can get him stuck there essentially.
Yeah. You can just like you can set up a ton of like grenades and you can shoot the Nikita and you can use your up smash.
Man, but Smoothie is landing these like boomerangs and these bombs.
Yeah, Smoothie's trying to like they both have similar goals in this matchup.
Because I mean, you have your missiles and your own bombs essentially.
Yeah.
But Smoothie has his boomerangs and his bombs, and it combos. It looks like it combos just a little bit nicer.
And Smoothie is gonna have a bit of a spacing advantage, like in the mid range, because he does have a sword.
That's true. He has a little bit of an extension of himself rather than having to melee fully.
Like he doesn't have to get as close to Kem to
Yeah.
deal meaningful damage.
Well, Kem has to really get in your face.
Yeah. Now Kem is doing very well this game.
He's kind of playing a little bit more patient, it seems.
What'd you say?
It looks like he's like playing it a little bit more patiently.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, might help because I remember with that first stage, it was just bombs and projectiles everywhere.
At this point, what he should try and do is just like maintain the lead he has on Smoothie.
Keep that extra credit high and make sure that he really can approach you.
Yeah. Just like try and get your grenades in.
Try not to get hit back.
Yeah, and don't get too greedy.
Yes.
That's the main thing you can't do as Snake. You can't get too greedy.
Which, I mean, is a little difficult sometimes, I feel.
Because right now Smoothie has you, and
that's difficult.
he's at such a high percent that you can just kill him.
Yes.
Very easily.
So it's almost, it is a, I guess, 50-50 on whether or not Smoothie can actually profit off of an approach here.
Yeah.
I see. And it's actually even more in Snake's favor than Smoothie's.
Exactly. And that's why you want to get this lead so they're
I see.
incentivized to approach you.
They-
Now Kem's up a stock. Never mind.
Well, now it's even.
Yeah, Smoothie bringing it back a bit. Kem still has the percent lead, which matters if it goes to time.
That's true. When it comes down to these like whittling heroes where you really have to like poke at them repeatedly,
Yeah. In a matchup like this,
it means a lot.
yeah. I don't expect it to go to time, but you kind of have to play knowing that if you don't approach, it probably will.
Yeah, and that means you need to get that extra credit on.
Yeah. But then if you run in, you could just end up making it worse for yourself.
So you really don't want to make a mistake here.
Yeah.
You want to position yourself intentionally.
Both players want to play very careful and very methodical here.
So we're probably going to see a little bit more of a slower paced game here.
Yeah.
We're not going to see something like with the Pithra and the Wolf where it was very constant, engage.
That last set is a lot more fast paced.
This is a very patient,
Yeah.
methodical set, like you said earlier.
Two very projectile-based characters are usually going to end up playing
Oh,
a
man.
slower set like that.
He managed to
but-
just grab the set.
Yeah,
That's what you meant when you said as long as he gets a lead.
yeah, like you get a lead and you get him at the ledge. That's like Snake's main win conditions right there. Just like panning out perfectly for Kem.
It almost feels like if you're that behind against a Snake, you kind of panic and you
Yeah.
feel like you have this desperation to push yourself back into the game.
But the key is you need to not panic, but you still do need to be the one approaching,
Yeah.
the one actually making moves. Because Snake is going to be perfectly content to just keep throwing grenades at you.
Absolutely, and he just can. He can sit back and just keep chucking things
Yeah.
at you. You know.
Now, since Smoothie also plays a zoner, he does have the option of just trying to out damage
Yeah.
Kem, just hit more projectiles
It's
to try
kind
and
of
regain that lead, but that's difficult to do against Snake.
It is. My bomb is bigger than yours, essentially.
Yeah. Like we saw in that first game, Smoothie took an early lead, and it was pretty one-sided looking the whole
Yes.
time.
It was just that he was able to kind of combo his boomerang on repeat with his bombs, and it was just so hard
Yeah.
for Kem to even in any way get benefit off of his approach.
But then in the second game, Kem got a lead early on and immediately forced Smoothie onto the back foot.
So it really just depends on whoever can make the first move and be efficient on it.
Yeah, those first few interactions are especially...
It kind of decides the game, in
Yeah.
a sense. I mean, there's always comeback potential, but it's incredibly harder from a position of behind.
Yeah, characters like Snake or like any zone,
Oh, man.
like Sonic, like Samus,
Uh-huh.
they're generally gonna favor like who picks up the lead first, because they don't have a super huge comeback potential, but they just kind of like chip you down.
Mm-hmm. So I guess in an idealized matchup, you'd really want to be against more of like a melee character here with this, or would that be also difficult?
What Snake's gonna thrive on is like someone who's bad at getting off the ledge, and
So Little Mac.
yeah, and like not someone who's, I wouldn't say like a rush down character because they're gonna be very good at breaking that zone.
Yeah, you're
But
able to rush in and like rush out and come
But
back.
someone who doesn't have the tools to outzone you.
Okay. Or even if it's like relatively equal, something that you don't have to necessarily be outskilled by.
Yeah, like most sword characters, I feel like Snake doesn't have a hard time fighting because they kind of have to come to him regardless.
That's just how they play. Even with that extension of themselves, it is still so hard for them to kind of even get close enough.
Yeah.
Okay. But Link is different because he's not just a sword character.
And another thing Snake does great with is he's pretty good against characters with long combos. Like if that's like characters where their main strength is long combos, because he has those grenades to break him out of combos really easily.
It can really interrupt someone's flow.
Yeah. So to play against Snake, you need to like get your openings, but make sure you don't just keep running into grenades.
Now, I guess your advice for going against Link, how would you kind of try to play into that?
As Snake against Link, mainly what he's trying to do is, like, assuming he can get the lead at the start and just camp the rest of the game, he's got to try and get these ledge interactions here.
He's getting a lot of benefit out of this, and especially with just being able to combo there.
Yeah, that's pretty much the extent of what Snake's going to be able to do to make a comeback.
So he's relatively simple in that scenario of him trying to make a comeback.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's going to be pretty tough to make a comeback
Yeah.
in this matchup here.
I apologize for all the questions. I just it helps me understand the game a bit better.
It's all right. Snake does have a few like really early killing tools, but
He has to
not
get
a-
there.
Yeah, not a lot of them are safe at all to throw out, especially against a character with a sword like Link.
Yeah. Link can kind of just be able. He can even zone when it's closer like that.
Yeah.
You can't even approach him enough.
Like Snake's gonna want to keep Link either like far away or in like boxing range.
Maybe like you have to kind of wait him out and maybe bait out some of his sword abilities
Yeah.
and try to punish that.
But Smoothie's just gonna be trying to like play in that mid range where he can reach Kem, but
Yeah.
he can't hit back.
Keep him at arm's length and
Yeah.
be able to still lay out some damage.
Smoothie takes a pretty dominant game. He held the lead pretty much that whole game.
Oh, yeah.
There.
I mean, it looked like Kem was kind of making comeback for a second there, especially with that ledge spot where you were talking about.
Yeah.
But it just that the Link made it over his combo and he just kind of got out.
You just have to play that first bit of the game really carefully and make sure you don't get too much of a deficit to make up.
Getting yourself in trouble kind of leads to a really tough rest of the game, I see.
Exactly.
And I mean, well, we've seen this back and forth before. It's just whoever can manage to get the first hit.
Yeah, it took them like 18 seconds to land a hit on either one of
Yeah,
them.
and they don't want to approach each other without doing that first.
Yeah.
They
'Cause
really want that.
approaching is going to be a disadvantage for either of them.
Would you say that maybe approaching is less of a disadvantage for Link because of his extended range and like
Yeah.
that mid range?
You kind of, it's not really approaching. You just have to like slowly make up that space.
Yeah, you kind of want to edge into that space area without him kind of being
Yeah.
able to pick up on it.
It's going to be a lot about stage control for like getting in on Snake.
And Smoothie's been playing that really well.
Yeah, Smoothie does take a pretty solid lead here.
Oh, man.
He's going to make it back with that bomb.
Oh, wow.
This is pretty close to even.
I was like, they've got some pretty high percentage here.
It depends who gets the kill
man.
first, and that's going to be Smoothie. Now, this is very hard for Kem because he has to secure this kill before Smoothie can tack on, like, any extra damage.
And then it was just like you were saying, it's that mid-range where Snake really can't approach him that easily.
Yeah. Because once Smoothie is up, he can kind of just sit at the mid-range, and he can just, like,
poke him.
Like, he can just punish you for whatever you try and commit to. Already, he's made up 108% on this next stock.
And that's definitely what Kem does not want.
Yeah. Kem recovering with the C4, but he's going to be really close to death on his next stock there. Gonna lose it already. Smoothie just takes that lead and runs with it every time.
We get a return kill here.
Yeah. It's still going to be very hard for Kem to make up.
Well, because he doesn't have any cushion there, you know? Like,
yeah.
I guess that's the luxury of having an extra stock there is you just have that safety.
Like, Smoothie is going to feel fine if he just, like, goes hit for hit with Kem.
Because you can take that safety knowing that you have an extra life. You have a clean slate available.
Kem has to go for, like, more than just an even trade.
He has to go for an excessively aggressive trade.
Yeah. And Kem hasn't gotten hit on this stock yet, to his credit. He's building up a lot of damage on Smoothie. He's playing this comeback scenario pretty perfectly.
You really kind of want to play this slow, make sure that you are positioning properly, staying out of that range.
Yeah.
Like punishing for missed abilities like that.
Smoothie's getting a bit anxious right now because he hasn't landed a good hit in a while.
And but like you said earlier, you can't panic. You have to continue that slow, methodical play.
Yeah.
Or
like
else
as soon as you get in the other person's head and make them start panicking, that's when it's gonna be really
like
hard for them.
50% of a video game.
Yeah.
You make someone nervous, it can really ruin the rest of the set for them.
Yeah. Kem piles on a lot of damage here, but doesn't really
man.
manage to finish the kill.
And that's Smoothie's game, right?
Yeah. That's going to be Smoothie moving on to loser's quarters here. Kemdizzle had a really good run today.
And
got some really good wins.
He played up relatively close, even considering how much of a lead that Smoothie got at the beginning.
Yeah. Both of our loser sets have been very close 3-1s.